And our thanks to Jason Carroll for that report. Of course, it's not just Elon Musk. A number of the wealthiest individuals in Trump's inner circle are playing a major role in shaping his cabinet. So could they actually profit off a second presidency? For more, I'm joined now by Mark Harvey, the author of Celebrity Influence, Politics, Persuasion, and Issue-Based Advocacy, joining us live this hour from Kansas. Good to have you with us. So when we look at where things stand, there's a lot of question about what exactly a role would be for Elon Musk, whether or not he would have some sort of a cabinet role. It seems to be the thinking is no, that there would not then be, of course, a Senate confirmation process. But, there are some other rules and regulations in place. Is there anything to sort of stand in the way in terms of a guardrail when it comes to Elon Musk helping the president-elect and Elon Musk helping his own businesses?
Yeah, in this administration, I don't think that there will be any guardrails in that way. I mean, even if you look to the last administration, he broke taboos in terms of having members of his own family as key advisors. And I honestly think that he could put Musk in there, but I don't know that it would serve him necessarily any more than just having him come in and be an advisor. And so I suspect that probably would be the plan that he would anticipate. And there are lots of examples, again, in the past administration of people benefiting financially from being in Trump's orbit. And with him and his key businesses, I think there's some conflicts of interest there, definitely, but there's absolutely opportunities for him to make money.
He's not the only very wealthy individual, right? As I noted, in Donald Trump's orbit, you have Howard Lutnick and Linda McMahon, right, who are helping to lead the transition there. As you look at all of these folks, very successful folks around him, and the possibility there for conflicts of interest, no guardrails there either.
No, I don't think so. And Lutnick has already run into some accusations from some of Trump's own people about potential conflicts of interest. Apparently, during the campaign, he was doing some political meetings, but also the accusation was, anyway, that there were some meetings he was doing that might benefit his financial firm and some of his cryptocurrency assets as well.
So there are also questions about, and just for folks who may not be familiar with it, in terms of U.S. law, I mean, federal law actually requires officials to divest from their personal businesses, their personal holdings, any dealings that could conflict with any work that they're doing for the government. What's interesting, too, though, is there's also this provision in the U.S. tax code that allows government officials to indefinitely defer the capital gains taxes when they divest. It all seems a little too convenient.
Yeah, well, we shall see what happens. But if you recall, Donald Trump refused to follow some of those rules himself last time when he was president. And so it would seem to me probably one of two things would happen. One is that maybe those people wouldn't be appointed to cabinet positions, although it looks like, billionaire John Paulson might be on track to become a Treasury secretary. We'll see what happens there. But, the other alternative is that he might just flout the rules. I mean, already the Supreme Court has indicated that a president can do all sorts of things without necessarily getting himself into trouble as long as it's in the official line of duty. And so he really pushed the envelope last time he was in office. And now it seems it's a much more permissive environment.
Looking at where things stand, there are also questions about certain documentation that is required moving forward for some help in the transition for the incoming administration. Part of the documents that have not yet been signed and submitted include this ethics agreement that was due on October 1st. So a source close to Trump telling CNN an advisor said that he does intend to sign the ethics pledge, but his main priority right now is selecting and vetting for top cabinet roles. Could he continue to move forward, get to the inauguration, get back in the White House without ever having signed that ethics document?
I think it's quite possible. Now, whether or not other people in his orbit will be required to sign those is another question. I mean, I think probably somebody's going to have to, or else a lot of people won't have access to that. And I can see there be a possible stalling process, maybe a slowing down of his agenda, if somebody on the team doesn't go in there and sign the things they need to, because Trump can say whatever he wants to now. He's not going to get what he wants until he's officially inaugurated. And I suspect his subordinates probably won't either.
What is the biggest red flag for you as you look at what we know in these early days of the transition?
Hey, my biggest red flag is actually kind of a bigger picture, and it has to do sort of with this creeping oligarchy that we've seen in the United States. And it's not really just begun in the last, even with the previous Trump administration. Scholars have documented that there have been more and more influence of billionaires and much less influence, or at least the outcome of government has not at all favored people who are sort of at the bottom rung of society. And I think it's troubling when you have billionaires who have net worth that are larger than many countries. I mean, Elon Musk, for example, his value is larger than that of Greece or Finland. And so the amount of power these people have without any democratic checks is rather startling and disturbing.
Yeah. Mark Harvey, good to have you. Thank you.
Great, thank you.